Turkey Tom is one of the most controversial figures in the commentary community. But is he a birdzilla or just a misunderstood chicken? Well, let's dive right into Turkey Tom. I knew about Turkey Tom for a very long time, back before his balls dropped. He was one of many that people requested me to talk about, and I almost did, but there was something terrifying to me, like this guy could actually make it somewhere on YouTube. So I decided to not do a video on him, and just sit back and see where he went. Me and Turkey Tom have talked a few times here and there. We were probably the most similar in our content during the whole Quentin Reviews and Jello Apocalypse dramas. But while my views started dwindling, Turkey Tom got bigger and bigger. And it's understandable why, his content is fucking amazing. He started uploading high quality content once per month, and then started uploading high quality content once a week. Now, I'm sure most of you watching this video know his growth was stunted after the whole Pyrocynical drama, and I'll get to that later, but before that, he's been in a lot of other dramas with some big hitters. Now, there have been many figures who've basically been beaten up by the entire internet but still had a career on this platform, such as Nostalgia Critic and of course Killer Keemstar. But they already had pretty big established audiences, and while Turkey Tom's audience certainly wasn't small, it was nothing compared to the size of the audience of Nostalgia Critic and especially Killer Keemstar. If you don't know about the drama with Nostalgia Critic, a big document was written by several people about all the problems they had with the company That Guy with the Glasses. And if you don't know about the drama Killer Keemstar got into, welcome to the internet, small child or grandpa. Basically, a lot of heavy hitters such as Leafy is here, Grade A Under A, and I think also Pyrocynical, all came after him at once. And he got dislikes on all his videos for a very long time, and he was basically the most hated man on YouTube. But over time, less and less people hated Nostalgia Critic, and his like to dislike ratio went back to being positive. And while plenty of people still really hate Keemstar, his like to dislike ratio on most of his videos is pretty good. Now I know what some of you are thinking, Jar, why the fuck are you bringing up Killer Keemstar and Nostalgia Critic? What do they have to do with Turkey Tom? Well, the answer is quite simple. Killer Keemstar is a titan of the commentary community. Well, I guess he's not exactly a commentator, he's more of a news channel. He's basically a part of the commentary community, and I would argue he's a titan of the community. Titans include people like Killer Keemstar, Leafy is here, Pyrocynical, D'Angelo Wallace, and any other big person in the commentary community who has millions of subscribers. Killer Keemstar survived an onslaught from several commentary titans all at the same time, which is certainly quite impressive, but Tom has survived a small drama with Killer Keemstar, a big-ass drama with Pyrocynical, and he was even hit by D'Angelo Wallace and lived. Another dude who was hit by D'Angelo Wallace around the same time was PK Russell. Another dude I knew quite well, and I actually met up with him IRL one time. But Turkey Tom's career on YouTube has been getting better and better. Well, PK Russell is, well, he's struggling somewhat, but I still think there's hope for him to get back on his feet. So why am I bringing all of this up? Because Tom basically shows how to survive cancel culture. D'Angelo Wallace couldn't take him down. Pyrocynical and his entire fan base couldn't take him down. At this point, he survived the onslaught of 2 commentary titans, and he's still standing. There was a good chance that after the Pyrocynical drama, his views were gonna go way downhill. So what did he do? Take a break for several months, and then start rapidly uploading content. And quickly the hate mob disappeared. As to what he did to survive D'Angelo Wallace's onslaught, he wasn't there for that, so go ask him yourself. Which drama was bigger, the Turkey Tom drama with Pyrocynical or the John Swan drama with Dream? Well, both dramas were pretty big. John Swan lost less subscribers than Turkey Tom. But if you look at the views John Swan is currently getting, they've certainly gone down a lot. He used to get the views Turkey Tom would get now, and now he's getting the views I get. Which is pretty bad considering I upload weekly content and they're pretty low effort compared to John Swan's videos, and John Swan uploads monthly content. I'm sure John Swan will get back on his feet eventually. I was really mad at him at first, and I made a pretty over-the-top video, which I now have taken down, and I thought the criticism from Turkey Tom and his friends were for the most part pretty fair. But John Swan really should have taken a page out of Turkey Tom's book and worked on content while he was taking his break. D'Angelo Wallace didn't take Turkey Tom down. I'm pretty sure if he put his heart and soul into taking Turkey Tom down, he might do it, but it wasn't his main focus. And even then, his video just pointed out, Tom made a bunch of offensive jokes.
What a fucking
sassy baka.
And while offensive jokes are important to people like D'Angelo Wallace and other T-spillers who say things like, wow, yikes, I can't believe he said that, to the people on Tom's side of the internet, it was no big deal. It was just him being a little edgy. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you think Tom did something wrong, then you think Tom did something wrong. If you think Tom did nothing wrong in this situation, then you don't think Tom did anything wrong in this situation. It's really a case-by-case basis, and it's down to people's personal preferences if he did something wrong or not. But Pyrocynical is closer to the side of the internet that Turkey Tom is in. And that's why the drama with Pyrocynical seemed to affect Turkey Tom so much more. Now, I know with this next part you're probably going to click off the video, but hear me out. In the Pyrocynical drama, Turkey Tom did nothing wrong. First of all, to everybody calling Tom a coward, are you fucking high? And that includes you, Pyrocynical, calling his document cowardly for not giving a straight answer. He was going up against Pyrocynical, a guy with over 10 times his sub count. It would be like seeing David fight Goliath and calling David a coward. It makes no sense. Now, if you don't know about the Pyrocynical drama, basically this person whose pronouns I to this day don't know about called Pyro a groomer because Pyro was sending them some, sexy messages and images, but Pyro claimed that they didn't know they were underage at the time. Several commentators jumped to defend Pyrocynical, but Turkey Tom noticed more evidence against Pyrocynical that no one else was pointing out. What was Turkey Tom supposed to do, just not ever bring it up? I watched Turkey Tom's video. He never claimed that Pyro was a groomer, just that he might be, and we should keep looking at the situation. It wasn't Tom who said Pyro was a groomer, it was other dipshits saying, yeah, Pyro's a groomer for sure because Turkey Tom said so, even though he didn't. People made fun of Turkey Tom saying, Turkey Tom works at McDonald's. You see, I put in a document that he worked at McDonald's. That makes it true. Even though Tom never claimed that something being in a document made it true or false. I don't really see too many people debunking Tom's video, I just see them, posting the song lyrics to a Michael Jackson song. A lot of people like to point out the clip where Tom said, just because Pyro invited a whole bunch of other people aside from Ivory, doesn't mean Pyro wasn't going to do anything with them. But the thing is, Tom is right, it doesn't prove anything. Now, do I think it proves that Pyro is a groomer and is absolutely guilty? Of course not. I'm just saying it doesn't prove he's innocent. It doesn't prove he's guilty, but it also doesn't prove he's innocent. Personally, I don't think Pyrocynical groomed anyone, and he's not guilty. But I also think Turkey Tom is innocent, and I don't think he was falsely accusing Pyro of anything. I love how everybody seemed to listen to the part where Pyro said, this document is cowardly, it doesn't even say if I'm a groomer or not, but they ignore the part where Pyrocynical said there needs to be a middle ground. Like, could Turkey Tom have worded things better? Certainly. But I feel like most of the complaints people have about Turkey Tom's videos are nitpicks at best. And this is why I think Turkey Tom has recovered and John Swan hasn't. John Swan absolutely did something wrong, while Turkey Tom was being falsely accused of being a false accuser. Yeah, a lot of people hated on Turkey Tom, but it seemed to be more of a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing. That's why I think John Swan hasn't really recovered while Turkey Tom has. John Swan absolutely 100% did something wrong, Even if you want to say, no, Turkey Tom absolutely falsely accused Pyro of being a groomer. Which he didn't. But for the sake of argument, let's assume he did. He could have still believed it was true without lying. You guys know that, right? Why am I even trying to talk sense to you people? This is the modern day commentary community. You guys seem to go more with who's popular right now than actually looking over the evidence. Also, I think if Pyrocynical and Turkey Tom had a similar sub count, the whole situation would have gone down completely differently. The reason why I have more respect for Turkey Tom than most of the people in the commentary community is because he doesn't just follow the bandwagon all the time and go with the crowd. He's his own man, and he certainly has more balls than half the commentary community. But Turkey Tom comparing Pyrocynical to red kiwis was an absolute stupid move. In my video about the history of Turkey Tom, some people said I was sucking Turkey Tom's dick, even though I was taking a pretty neutral approach to him, and if anything, I think I was too harsh to Turkey Tom. Do I think making this video will get me in Turkey Tom's good graces and he'll do a collab with me? Fuck no. I love the dude's content and he is my favorite YouTuber, but I ain't trusting that guy with anything. The dude got only loyalty to himself, not to other people, and he's a self-admitted bridge burner. That being said, I love this little turkey, and I'll keep watching him to see what other troubles he'll get into next time.